Hey monkeys, how you doing? Damien Keys here. Today we are going to talk about beating the algorithm. That's right, because as we're aware, we are being algorithmed to death by Facebook and Instagram. All of these social media platforms are algorithming us. And it means that we can't get stuff out unless we're going to pay. And it is pretty much a pay to play field now. But there are still some tools that you can start to just squeeze out a little bit more reach and distribution with the things that you are doing. And we are going to look at 10 ways that can really help you get traction to get your content out without having to put too much money in. Number one, ask a question, something I talk about quite a lot. But if I say to you, I'm in Brighton, all of a sudden you guys say, great, fantastic. But if I say to you, I'm in Brighton, how many of you guys have been to Brighton? Or what's your best Brighton story? Or can you name a good band that's come out of Brighton? All of a sudden, your brain starts whirring and you want to get involved. I've allowed you into the conversation. And that is very simply by asking a question. And in asking a question, it will then get an answer. And that's what Facebook wants for this algorithm. It wants conversation. It wants you to take part in my stuff, and it wants me to take part in your stuff. And the more conversation that goes on, the more engagement that goes on, the more Facebook will start pushing stuff out. So the best thing that you can do when you're putting a post up is ask a question, and you get to decide what that is. And it doesn't have to be cheesy, but it does have to invite people in. So number one, always ask a question. Number two, an engagement group. An engagement group, or some people call them pods. An engagement group is a very clever way to start to kind of cheat the system a little bit and get a bit more traction. So imagine if you've got, let's say, 9 friends that you've got involved. You've asked 9 friends to be in your engagement group. And you set up, let's say, a WhatsApp group and you attach everybody into it. This works really well for Instagram. You post a picture to Instagram and immediately you go across to your group message on WhatsApp and you just say, now. I've put something live now. And the other 9 people in your engagement group go across to your Instagram and they'll put a little comment on your picture. Now, what it means is Instagram starts seeing this engagement, and again, like everything else, it says, oh, this is quite good, and it starts to push it out there a little bit more. But also, the more engagement you get, the more likely your hashtags are going to start showing up in the relative search criteria. So if you've put small, medium and large hashtags, something I talk about quite a lot, and then you get 10, 15, 20 comments as well as the normal likes, then Instagram starts to push you up into the search criteria. It starts to push you out more through that algorithm, so more people are likely to see what it is you're doing. So you can have small, large engagement groups, but it's something that works very, very well. So why don't you go and find 8, 9, 10 of your mates and you just say, when you post something, I'm going to comment on your stuff. When I post something, you guys are going to comment on my stuff, and then post 1, 2, 3 times a day and see if you can see the difference. Number 3, post a series. So we're constantly posting on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, other social media platforms. However, once we've posted it, we kind of just let it go. Why don't you start thinking of how you can start posting in a series? 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 videos so that you can actually see where it's going. This will do 2 things. This will bring people back to your Facebook, to your YouTube or your Instagram to find out the next bit. But also, once they've seen number 3, number 4, number 5, they're more likely to go back to number 1 and join in. So what you're doing is you're just attaching people to a story over a long period of time rather than just throwing out content willy-nilly. And also with YouTube, Facebook, you've got titles. There's no reason why you can't say number 1 of 5 or number 1 of 7 and allow people to realize very, very quickly that this is an ongoing thing, so to check back time and time again. Number 4, posting times are now really, really important, and it really helps if your audience know when you are going to post. So rather than just making content and just posting it out there, why don't you tell your audience when your content is coming around? So if you are doing that Facebook Live, if you are putting that series out, if you are putting a piece of content that you know you're going to do on a daily/weekly basis, why don't you make it consistent and tell your audience, Wednesday, 8 o'clock, that's when my content comes out. Or Sunday, 7 o'clock, that's when I'm going to perform tracks on Facebook Live. If you do that, your audience knows when to be there and they're more likely to come and see you rather than just chancing it and you happen to be on at the same time. So give your audience a reason to be there and stick to that consistency week in, week out. Number 5, research your active hours. So there's times when Facebook is busier or Instagram is busier, and now you're trying to hack into that busy time. Because if you put something out in a quiet period and people don't see it and people don't engage, all of a sudden you're losing traction of the algorithm. So you need to go into the back end of your Facebook, into your insights of your Instagram or into your YouTube, and it will tell you when is the busiest time for your audience. And everyone's is slightly different. Yes, there's going to be peaks, but everyone's audience is different because you might be appealing to 30 to 40-year-old housewives, or you might be appealing to 18 to 21-year-old musicians. Now, if you think about those two demographics, when they get up and when they go to bed and when they're online are going to be very, very different, because musicians tend to stay up until 3 in the morning and not wake up until 11 in the morning. Sorry if I'm doing you a disservice, but mums, newborn mums, they might get up at 6 o'clock in the morning and they might go to bed at 10 in the evening. So their habits are different. So you need to check your insights of your YouTube, of your Instagram and your Facebook. Find out when is a busy time for you, the best time to post, the optimum time when the most people are online, and then utilize it. Number 6, the bell, the notifications. Now, we're constantly saying to people, like my stuff, subscribe to my channel, but we need to start adding in. And by the way, bing, please hit the bell for my videos so it will tell you exactly when they go live, because that first 60 minutes of posting something live is such a crucial time on any social media platform. Any engagement within that time will really, really help. So if you hit the bell and you see my stuff and you engage, it's more likely that I'll get traction, and it's the same for you guys. So when you're promoting your stuff, not only are you saying please like and please subscribe, but you're saying hit the bell or add the notification. If you turn on notifications on Instagram, on Facebook, on YouTube, it means that as soon as you post it live, all of your people with the notifications on will receive a notification straight to their phone telling you that you've put something live. So ram it home, ram the message home, and more importantly, I need you to hit the bell. I need you to turn on the notifications for my stuff. Please, 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 please go and do that before you watch the rest of the video. We can wait a few seconds. Number 7, stories. Now, it started off with Snapchat and then Instagram got in the game, and Instagram were doing stories, but now Facebook are doing stories, and this is a really good way to hijack into people's day-to-day consumption. A little 10-second video of your day and the little bubble that pops up in the corner with your little face on it saying you have put something live, and people will start to click on it. And the more people click on it and the more people see your stuff, the more it'll push your algorithm of your stories up to the front, but that will also affect your feed. So you need to be posting 5 to 10 stories a day if you can, because that will start to bring people into your day-to-day and into the consumption of addictions. They see you and they go, I wonder what Damo's doing today, and the next day, and the next day, and the next day. And Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, that's when the algorithm really kicks in, because people say, well, he's really interested in your stuff, therefore I'll bring him back again tomorrow, and the next day, and the next day, and the next day. And that's what we're trying to do. We're trying to play the algorithm. We're trying to squeeze as much out as we can. So having a nice little picture of your face right at the top of the screen that people can just click on is a perfect way to start getting people into that algorithm, pushing you out to more people and winning. Number 8, I've said it before and I'll say it again, live. Facebook Live, Instagram Live, even YouTube Live. Everyone does a live thing and everybody is pushing it. Facebook has put billions of pounds into pushing out Facebook Live. They really, really want you to do this. And as an incentive, they've said that they will show your stuff to 6 times the amount of people than they would if you just put a normal piece of content onto your Facebook. Now think about it, 6 times. And I know it's scary, I know it's daunting, and I know it's something that people don't automatically think of to go to their Facebook Live, but Facebook is saying to you, and Instagram, because it's owned by Facebook, it's saying, if you do this, we will reward you. Now this is a really good way to start getting people who don't watch your stuff all of the time to watch your stuff from time to time. Now, again, you're just trying to get people to see you again, because once they've seen you and they've clicked you, Facebook brings them back into the fold. They start saying, oh, okay, you clicked on one of Damo's videos. Maybe I'll show you another one tomorrow, or maybe I'll show you one the next day. So it's just trying to get you closer. Remember, it's like a rippled effect. You've got people who are really, really, really close to you, and then people who are quite close to you and less close to you, all the way through to those people that you were absolutely wrecked at a party and you just chatted for 5 minutes. You went, oh, how's you on Facebook? And you never talked to them again. And everyone from your mum right the way through to that dude are on your Facebook. Facebook is just trying to get the people who count to see your stuff. And your job is to try and hijack and hack that algorithm. Number 9, influencer marketing. Now, in case you haven't seen it, I did a video on this a couple of weeks back, but this is a way that you can actually get some influencer marketing for free, or even for a very small amount of money. But if you have talkers, you know, those people that you have in your group that are talkers, what you do is you go and see them and you just say, look, you've got some influence on your Instagram, you've got some influence on your Facebook. Can you do me a favor? Can we do something together? I'll do something that brings value to you, but can we actually get what we're doing onto your Facebook or onto your Instagram? And you start working out a way that works. And it might be financial, but it might not. You think about influencer marketing as financial. I pay you money, you show my stuff. Simple as that. But why does it have to be money? Why can't it be a trade-off? Why can't it be something fun? So have a think about what you can trade and look around for the people who are talkers, the people who are kind of social butterflies in a digital form. Go and find them on Instagram, on Facebook, on YouTube, and actually pick up the phone, text, email, or just get in touch with them and just say, I want to have a chat about something that we can do together so I can get my stuff to your audience, and I'm quite happy to return the favor or pay for it in some way, not necessarily financially. Number 10, value is now more key than it has ever been. I am constantly seeing brands bark instruction at their audience. Do this, buy this, go there, come and do this for us. And it's just small amounts of value. But now more than ever, value is a tradable commodity. Now is the time that you need to do the thing that your audience has signed up for. If you are a musician, if you are an artist, if you're a performer, those are the things that you need to do so that your audience watches and says, that's why I signed up to your page, because I wanted to see you perform. I wanted to see you do your art. Because in doing that, you're bringing them value, you're triggering a bit of emotion, and they are much more likely to engage, especially if you do the things that we just talked about, especially if you are asking a question, bringing value, asking a question, doing some of the other things on this list. If you are doing that, you are much more likely to then get a response from your audience, and that ripple effect will go out and you are able to start breaking the algorithm to a certain extent. Now, these are some ways that you can start to break the algorithm, but please don't forget, Facebook and Instagram, they want this to be a pay-to-play arena now. They want you to make valuable content, but they want you to start putting some money into it. These are ways that you can get a bit more traction. But if you want to get a lot more traction, play Facebook's game. Start to put a little bit of money into some of your boosts. Start to put a little bit of money into advertising to see what you can get. Again, it's Facebook house, so in which case, play by Facebook's rules. Thanks very much for watching. I need you to like and subscribe, and more importantly, I need you to hit that bell. I've got a bunch of ideas coming up over the next couple of weeks, and I'm even thinking about bringing back the hashtag AskDamo in a whole new format. So if you need me, if you've got any ideas, if you've got any questions, or you just fancy a chat, then come and hit me up. Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, I'm on all of them. It comes straight to my phone. I do my best to answer all of your stuff. There's no money needed. I'll see you guys tomorrow.